Welcome back. Yeah, it frustrates and annoys me when people can be helpful, but they choose not to be. So, point number one, they could have said to you, "We don't know what's going to happen in the future. There's a possibility you will not be employed." I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying that. It's also you can also be honest with somebody and say, "Look, I don't want to make you believe something exists that doesn't exist. At the moment, we still haven't decided." Now, if you make a negative decision, what you want to do is you want to consult with the client or the teacher before you give them the final decision. Yeah, so you want to say to the person, look, we haven't decided yet. We want to talk to you first. We're going to give you some questions. We'd like to hear your answers and your thoughts so that we have time to make a decision. And you bring the person in, you talk to them for half an hour, you ask them some questions, you say, okay, thank you very much. Based on this information, we're going to take this away and make our decision now. You don't make the decision before you have the discussion. It's very unprofessional because because you have to give the other side an opportunity to express their opinions, their feelings, talk about their experiences. The same way you do in a court of law. Yeah, the judge listens to one side and then he listens to the other side and then a decision is made. Also, if you're in Britain, the jury listen to one side and a group of people listen to the other side and we make a decision based on listening to both sides, trying to decide what is most reasonable. It seems clear to me from what you described that they made their decision before they talked to you, which is a massive mistake. And the only reason for talking to you was to find an excuse that they could present to the students, which is really, really unfair. And it suggests that people are manipulative, that they can't be trusted, and um, there's no security or enjoyment working in an environment like that. There's no gain for you because you spend all your time worried about things that you have no control over, and everything is run by psychopaths. And and even if you do the right thing, then it will be marked bad from their perspective. Um, so it's crazy. Also, saying that saying that you can't continue in the future because of something that happened some time ago in the past is also ridiculous. Because because you have to treat each person in each situation as unique and individual. And yes, the past does affect the present, but take this example. Imagine you were in prison for a crime, and you get
Mm-hmm.
out of prison and you get a job. And then your boss says to you, "I'm sorry, I can't continue to employ you because you were in prison." That's ridiculous because it's about how well you do the job now, not about not specifically about what happened before, especially if the job that you're doing is okay. Um, I suggest that there's a lot of politics going on in the school, and maybe maybe your politics doesn't fit in with their politics. Definitely, your personality of being upfront and honest about things doesn't fit in with their plan to do whatever it is that they want to do on their side. Looking for, I mean, they were lying to you basically because they were looking for an excuse to not employ you, and they were doing it at the last minute. And they're saying, don't come back to the school. We don't want to see you. Take your holiday time. We don't care. We don't care about your relationship with other teachers. We don't want you to speak to them. We don't care about your relationship with the students. We don't want you to talk to them. Um, Basically, what they're saying to you is, you are cancer, and we're cutting you out. It's not very nice. It's not very nice because it's not a professional way to act, because you have to be professional about the job you do, and they have to be professional about the environment that they provide and the resources that they provide for you. And so it's quite nasty to cut off all contact, like like a guillotine coming down and cutting someone's head off.
Hmm.
It's not a very nice thing to do or say to people. I think I said it's not a nice way to end the relationship. It's not because there's nothing positive there. You want to end the relationship with a handshake and, you've done a great job and we're here for you in the future. With positivity and optimism and respect and honor. These are really important
Yeah.
values. You don't want to end it with, give us a reason to throw you in the bin, right?
Mm.
I mean, that's not very nice. And the fact that schools are Christian schools doesn't mean anything. I've told you my story about Christian schools, I think,
Mm.
in the past. So it's a nice mask. It's always a good idea at the beginning. The schools are usually funded and founded and started for the right reasons, but once the founders are not there anymore, or they're only in the background, the parasites come in and they take over everything and they feed on everybody. And it just becomes like living in a bad vampire movie where it's just not a nice place to be, because half of the people live on sucking the blood and life out of the other half. And it's very uncomfortable. On the positive side, you know which direction to go in. Now,
Hmm.
that's very clear. Um, and I still think, with the type of character that you have, with the fact that you're motivated, uh, you have the knowledge, and you have a lot of experience behind you now, and even bad experience can be turned into good experience by realizing, um, maybe, what were some mistakes in judgment made by people. Um, all experience adds up, good experience and bad experience. There's no such thing as only good experiences. Um, and if we look down throughout history, a lot of people being told that, a lot of people being told by their boss that the boss doesn't want them anymore, opens new doors. It opens new possibilities. You no longer think about keeping the boss happy or pleasing the boss or doing things for the boss. You can take that energy and that time and those thoughts and focus on something more constructive for you. What you need to do, not what they need from you. I was writing something about this. Uh, I was writing something about this morning, in fact. Let me see if I can find it. I have to go back a page here. But it was about the relationships that people have and how important it is to form the right relationship with the people that you are working with. Yeah, here it is. Invest in great partnerships. And it's not just investment of money, it's an investment of time and energy as well. Not an average. I mean, and it's a partnership. It's not about you keeping them happy. It's about this reciprocal relationship where you skill share. So invest in great partnerships. Ensure that whoever you choose to work with appreciates you for being you. And that's why up front we need to say, this is me. No, no mask, no front, no, hey, I know this is a job interview and I'm wearing all the nice clothes and this is me at my best. But remember, that's not who you get when you employ me, right? You don't get this person in the job interview who you see, maybe you've met them, I don't know, 3, 4 times in your life or whatever, right? That's not who you get. You get a person that you have to spend every day with. And when it's a person that you have to spend every day with, you know what's important? It's important that they're a nice person, that they're a kind person, they're an understanding person, they're a caring person. And that's what you get when you employ me. You don't get a robot, okay? You get a human being, because human beings are better than robots. Yeah, nobody wants robots really. So and so we have to be upfront about who we are. And it's like, I'm not here to please you. I'm here to do a job, right? If I have to choose between doing my job well and pleasing you, I'm going to do my job well. Sorry, right? Priorities. You know, it doesn't. Let me read my job description. Okay, and my job description does not say keep the boss happy.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't in my job description. I'm employed to do something different. I'm employed to impart a skill or knowledge to other people. And I will do that in the best way that I know how. And maybe that will conflict with what other people see and want, but I want the people I work for to know that I don't have a problem with that, and I'm not going to make a problem out of it. There's always a job to be done.